Hey, Annissa Coy here with Firehouse Education and this week's Ask Annissa video column. And this week, I'm going to turn the tables a little bit on you, and I want to have a conversation where I get to ask you the questions. And the question that I want to ask you is whether or not you are prepared to respond. You know, in our industry, it used to be where we would have an entire season where storms would come in or weather events would occur, and there would be $50 million, $100 million worth of damage done. Now, in this day and age, what we're seeing happen is exponentially increased on the scale where we can see a storm or weather event come in and it's $100 million, $150 million, $1 billion on one incident, one weather episode, or one storm coming in, let alone what the entire catastrophic season of cat losses brings in. And what that does is it really, brings up for me, as you all know, I'm an advocate for this industry. I am someone who really wants to make sure that we are all out there doing what we can to serve our communities, to serve our clientele, and raising the bar and the level of what we do as restoration contractors. So what I want to do is I want to have a conversation with you about just how prepared are you to respond when a cat loss situation occurs. And it doesn't mean that you have to jump in your regs or get an 18-wheeler and run across the country when a cat loss happens. It could be that cat loss actually comes into your own neighborhood, in your own hometown and backyard, and occurs. It could be a flood, it can be a wildfire, it could be a tornado, a hurricane, a variety of different ways that this type of catastrophic event can come into your own neighborhood and community and devastate people's lives. And what I want to ask you is, are you prepared to respond when your community needs your help? And we need more and more restoration companies that are prepared to respond and coming in and helping people. There is a huge, huge need. We do not have enough contractors that are trained, that are equipped, that have the ability and the manpower and the equipment to be able to respond. So what I want to talk to you about is, making sure that you've had this conversation with yourself, and are you able to respond if your community and your neighborhood has a crisis situation occur? Again, I really want to stress this does not mean that you have to travel from, I'm in Washington State. Doesn't mean you have to travel from Washington State to Florida or New York when a hurricane happens. I've done that, but it doesn't mean you have to. It could mean that the flood or the fire or the weather event happens to you in your own backyard. And to be prepared, you have to understand the contingencies. Like, you need to understand what kind of resources do you need in place. Are you able to scale up and take care of this cat loss type situation and still take care of your current clientele that may be happening? So, in order to do that, it takes training, right? It takes having a network available to you where you have other people that are in the industry that have either the resources, the equipment to be able to help out in a situation. Can you partner with someone? And so what you want to think about is, what does it take? That's what I want to ask you, and I really want you to think about, is what does it take for you to be able to respond in a catastrophe type situation that occurs in your community? Well, whether it's resources like equipment, employees, that sort of thing, or is it maybe that you need more training, that you need systems in place to be able to help more people. And it definitely is about helping people. That is really my number one priority in this industry. However, it's also huge for your business, you guys. You can 10x your business, your revenue in your company in a very short order. Just one cat loss events coming in can take you from $100,000 this year to $500,000 this year. So it can be very, very big on a financial picture to you. And it's not just about the profit, but the profit's there. Trust me, the profit's huge when it comes to a cat loss situation. But it's also about, if you have this bigger profit, what does that mean that you now have the resources to be able to do to help more people, hire more employees, and to be able to serve your community better? So in order to do that and to be able to respond, you got to understand, number one, what is it that you even need, right? And I love so much that I see on forums and in social media today that there are so many new up and coming restoration contractors that are asking exactly those questions. So I want to tell you that one of the things I want you to be aware about is an awesome event that is in its second year, and it's called Preparing to Respond. It's put on by R&R Magazine, and in this event, Preparing to Respond, you're able to come in and not only network with amazing, incredible people in the industry, you're able to have in one spot a ton of education. And in just 3 short days, you can get hours and hours of valuable education from people that are out there and do these kind of losses, that have been in the industry for many years, not only from an equipment standpoint, but a physical hands-on doing standpoint to a legal standpoint. This year, for instance, the keynote speaker is Ed Cross for the event. It is amazing that we're going to be able to sit and listen to Ed and gather all of his valuable expertise and information in the restoration industry. Go to preparingtorespond.com and you can check out all of the information and register. It is still time to get the early bird special on this event. And I don't know many events where you're actually going to get this kind of, CEC hours and training all in one spot and in just 2.5 short days. The event is in July. It's in San Antonio, Texas, which will be a lot of fun. Cat losses aren't for everyone. It takes a special kind of person to be set up and equipped and determined and trained to be able to go out and do these kind of losses and actually, benefit their company in a tremendous way. So if you want to find out if you are that kind of person, I want you to go to preparingtorespond.com, check out the agenda. And if this is a right fit for you, if you feel like you have what it takes to be the contractor to go out there and help your community and to be able to help the industry raise the bar, raise the level, and be able to respond to these kind of events and really help people out, then sign up. Come join us. Kevin and I actually, with Firehouse Education, we're going to be doing a workshop this year. Last year, we did a workshop that was just 3 hours, and so many of the attendees told us that they wanted way more time. They wanted a bigger workshop. So we did that. We expanded it this year. We have a 6-hour workshop going on, and we are going to walk you through exactly step by step what you need to do now in the calm before the storm happens to be able to set yourself up to be the premier company that everyone wants to call to come and help them when you have this kind of a catastrophe loss situation occur in your community or in a community that you are traveling to. So right now you have the opportunity to get in on the early bird pricing, so don't miss out on that. Please let me know if you have any questions about the event or if you have any questions about cat losses. Definitely, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the little bell so you get notifications when I put up more videos. And on that note, I want to thank you for being an awesome part of this industry and being a contractor who cares, wants to advance their knowledge, training, and capabilities. And I will see you on next week's Ask Annissa video call.